Hey everybody, I'm wearing one of my new dresses that I showed you on the fashion show. The great part about it is when I'm done with the fashion shows, I get to keep the dresses because I bought the dresses. So I not only just share the dresses and then just leave them in my closet. Summer is here, it's May, and so I wear the dresses. I put the dresses on because I love the dresses, and then I just wear them for whatever, shopping, running around, whatever I do, outside, just hanging out, whatever. Anyway, I have been doing a lot of self-reflection, self-discovery, and I used to do videos like this once in a while, and then I just kind of stopped. But I think I'm going to implement them once in a while. I'm not going to be overbearing with these kind of teaching videos, but I feel like the way that the world is going right now, and having the TV on constantly and all the subliminal messages that are coming through the TV and the video games and just all the stuff, the news, even watching the news, we're just bombarded with such negativity that without even realizing it, it can just affect you. You know, it just can. And all of a sudden, if you constantly listen to all that, you can become depressed or sad or lonely or feel bad about yourself because you are what you take in. You are what you watch, you are who you're around, you are what you do. It just is what it is. So if you want to be a happy person, a joyful person, a positive person, then it's as simple as put yourself around positive people. Put yourself around things that make you happy. And at first, it may be just you. And that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life. It's like just me and Bella. It started with me and Bella, and now it's back to me and Bella. You know, I've tried relationships. I've done the relationship thing. I've done the married thing. And for me, I just have never found my perfect soulmate. I haven't found anybody that can stimulate my mind. I haven't found anybody that has fully connected with me. It's always been forced. Not saying that's bad or wrong, it's just lessons. And so now I've decided in my life now, I'm going to be almost 53 years old. 53 years old. I have decided, okay, Ursula, it's time for you to make yourself happy. Selfish equals self-care. I have said this in my videos over and over again throughout the years. Working out, eating healthy foods, preaching, Beachbody Coach and all this stuff, only to keep sabotaging myself over and over and over again, feeling like I'm not enough, letting my childhood slip into my now. All the things that happened to me, all the narcissistic stuff, everything that has happened, I just let it slip into my now adult life. Learning and growing, but then sabotaging myself and wondering why I had an eating problem. Why did food make me feel so good? Because nobody in my life ever made me feel good, and I didn't even make myself feel good. I was my worst enemy. I would look in the mirror and go, ugh, gross. I would do that to myself. And if you're going to do that to yourself and look in the mirror and think you're ugly or you're fat or you say all these things, then that's how you're going to feel, and that's who you're going to attract into your life. You're going to attract people that feel the same way. So now I'm finding that, okay, get it together, Ursula. I'm 52 years old, okay? If not now, then when, kind of thing. So I desire to be healthy, to be fit. So my mantra, I already told you, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, and now I added whole because I realized I didn't have whole on there. And you have to be a whole person and do everything for yourself before you can attract the other person. See, I didn't take the time to do that. I thought I did, but and then I always let people's energy, when I go out into the world, I let other people's energy take my energy. Instead of protecting my energy, I just let it go. And I'm like, oh, you're going to talk to me? Great. And then I just talk to whoever talks to me. I'm not saying that I need to be stuck up or you need to be stuck up. I'm just saying that you need it shut off for some reason. You need to protect your energy. So in going forward to protect your energy, you're going to have to. So what I've been doing is I have been getting excited about cooking healthy. And I'm going to start a whole new series of eating healthy and making fun food, but I'm trying to work on it for myself because I've never cooked this way before. So it's a it's a thing to see if it's going to work for me before I put it out to anybody else. So for me, I'm cooking really healthy and doing fun things. When I crave sweets, I put dates in my no bake cookies or no bake oat bars or whatever. So I'm learning a new way here, feeling so much better, taking Bella on walks every day, doing yoga practices, meditating, reading that good book I was telling you about, on my Mother's Day, writing notes, writing things down so that I can remember. My daughter got me this journal about a year ago, and I write everything in this. And I stopped doing that for a while, and I notice my habits. If I stop doing the things that really work for me, then that's when I feel sad, and that's when I feel unworthy and unlovable. But if I take the time every single morning to wake up, and I've now been taking homemade ginger shots. I made homemade ginger shots. I take a morning ginger shot. Then I drink it with a whole glass of water. Then I take some probiotics. Then I make myself some coffee. And then I sit in my chair, my beautiful, comfortable recliner chair over there in my sunken living room. And I begin to either read my book that makes me feel super happy and works on my attitude to start the day, or I will put on like an Abraham Hicks video and just let that run and let that subliminally get into my brain that I'm enough and I'm worthy and I'm loved and all that stuff to get my day started right. And I'm learning that it cannot come from anybody else but you. You have to develop these healthy habits. Like people will say to me, Ursula, how do you do this? You work by yourself, you live by yourself. How do you do it all? And it's just that I have to put a schedule in my mind. Some people write it all down. Mine is in my mind. Like every Monday I like to clean. I like my mirrors to be sparkly, so I put myself on the schedule of, clean my whole house on Monday. Monday's garbage day, so I've got to either mow the lawn, get it all done. And I've been working like this for years. I ran a family of 5, and I've just I just know how to run a house. That was the reason I knew I could buy this house, is because I've already been doing it for years. And I don't need to depend on anybody. And also what I find is when I'm in a relationship, I expect them to know how I think and how I feel and when do I want things done, and that's never going to happen. So when I'm by myself, I can focus and just get things done in my mind, and then it works just like a smooth, well-oiled machine. So I just get the things done I need to do. I know when I need to work. I know when I need to do videos. I know if I want to do a review, I can. If I don't have to. I don't do a lot of them just because it's another time thing. It's like I have to do it on somebody else's terms instead of my terms, and I'm just one that just works better on my terms. I like to be my own boss. I like to live by myself. I like to have a clean house, organized house. I like to go to bed when I want to go to bed. I like to wake up when I want to wake up. all these things that make me a complete, healthy, happy person. So anyway, not to keep this so long, is the power of our thoughts. Stop focusing on the solid objects of your world, and focus on the energy you are putting out and the energy you are ingesting. So in other words, instead of focusing on everything that's going on in the world, and working people who go to work every day and are in miserable jobs, how do you expect them to come home and have exciting, enchanting, wonderful life? It just doesn't happen. So you have to figure out what's blocking you, and you have to start figuring out, what is it that I can do every day that I will love? What is it that I can do to work on myself? It's never about the other person. It's always about you. It starts with you and ends with you. And once you get these steps in place, then you develop this healthy, happy lifestyle, which I'm learning now, thank God. I'm eating healthy every day. I'm making new recipe things that I can just whip together, a lot of raw food. I am exercising. I'm around positive, healthy, happy friends. That's key. And I like myself. I'm starting to, for the first time in my life, like myself and like my company. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, is you cannot run from yourself. Many years I ran from myself. I stayed so busy and so busy and so busy doing everything for everybody else that I lost myself. I lost my voice. I lost my meaning. I lost my purpose. And as I told you before, I started making these videos to try to find myself again. I didn't even know who I was. And so if you're in this place today, or you're feeling like your life is just like, negative, boring, depressed, or whatever, I invite you to look at it in a different way. I invite you to find something on YouTube that you can watch that's positive. I invite you to start working on yourself and eating healthy food, because it starts with our gut. If our gut is unhealthy, then the rest of our body is unhealthy. So go back to the natural herbs and things that grow in the earth, and go back to that kind of stuff. And I tell you, that has a huge effect on your whole outlook and well-being. And your skin and your hair will start looking better, and everything will just start, you'll just be a happier person. And then when you go out in the world, you'll put this protection around your energy, and you won't give it to everybody. You'll only give it to people that you can feel that they have, that they've worked on their self and they have good energy too. I'm not saying be rude. I'm just saying that you don't everybody that likes you, you don't have to go out with them or whatever. You can be selective. So be selective in your life to do the things that complement you and make yourself better. And that in turn will attract the right type of people that will be good in your life. And then again, what I always say is, if you do not feel better after being with somebody than you did before, then maybe you should just, end it, and that's okay. Sometimes people are in our life for a season or for a small amount of time. Just because we meet somebody and we're in a relationship with somebody, when we see the red flags, when we feel that it's not a match, we need to say, bless them and say goodbye. We don't need to hurt anybody. We don't need to talk about anybody. We just need to bless them and say goodbye. And then that in turn forces you to go inward and do the work on yourself, all the unresolved. Now don't live in the past, but work on all the unresolved issues within yourself, like the unworthiness and the sabotage and the depression and all that. And once you implement good foods into your life, and exercise and healthy friendships, and even if you keep shutting off. Even if you have to be alone for a while, that's okay, because a lot of successful people had to spend a lot of time alone in order to get where they are today, running successful companies, running successful relationships, running successful families. Sometimes you have to do the inner work yourself in order to develop the skills that you need in order to run successful whatever. And even if it's just running a successful life yourself. Now, if you're not running a successful life yourself, I always say if your house is in shambles and everything is everywhere and everything's cluttered, then that results in a cluttered mind. So I'm real conscious of my space and my surroundings. And, you know, even waking up and making your bed. And I live alone, so it's like I don't have to do any of that. But it makes me feel better. When I always like to say before I go to bed, I like to close up the kitchen. I like to make sure all the dishes are done. I like to make sure the counters are clean. And I like to wake up with like a camera-ready house. You know, I never know when I'm going to have to film or what I'm going to do. Requests come in and things like that, and I like to have everything ready. Keep your stress level down, because stress makes you sick. So by doing that, and then you become these healthy patterns every day. You're just like, everything is smooth, everything runs good, because you do all these things to prepare yourself. Then when twists and turns come in life, appointments or things out of your control, you're not going to freak out because you're prepared. Your house is in order, your mind is in order, you built up the armor to handle things that come your way, and you just do it. You just do it. So if things get out of order for a little bit, it's okay because you pretty much have been prepared. So I hope this has helped today. If you like these type of videos, let me know. I have a lot of knowledge I've been working on myself, and sometimes it just feels good to just, you know, say what I'm learning. And I want to leave with this. I believe that when you have a bad habit, you've got to replace it with something else. Like if you're a smoker, you've got to replace it with something positive, something else, like a healthy food choice or healthy nuts or something to replace that habit. So I wrote down a few things that helped me. And so mine is replace shopping with rest. I used to just go shopping when I was bored. So replace shopping with rest. And rest to me is like sitting down, educating myself, and reading a book. My battery is low, it keeps turning off. Replace TV with education. And again, read a book, take an online course, do something to stimulate your mind and build yourself up. Driving aimlessly for no reason. Instead of driving aimlessly for no reason, drive and find a hike. I like to go on Google Maps and say, hikes near me, trails near me. And then go to a different one all the time and mix things up in your life. People get bored. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Mix things up outside. Get creative. Even with cleaning, do it, you know, different ways or do something different, you know. Go inside and love yourself. Honor yourself, and you will create that in your outside life. So when you take the time to honor yourself and love yourself, you're creating a space when you go out to the world that you can actually enjoy it. You can see the vibrant colors. You can see things that you normally wouldn't have seen if you were stressed out. But if you take the time to rest, heal your body, get enough sleep, 8 to 10 hours, 7 to 8, I don't know, anything 7 or more is fabulous. Because at that time, you're healing your body, your cells are being healed, and you're complementing you won't be all wrinkly and stressed out and angry and road rage, because you've slept, you're eating healthy, you're putting the right things in your mind and your body and your spirit, you're exercising, you're going out in nature, and it's really as simple as that. And for me, I started gardening, and that's amazing. And swimming and gardening. I mean, how could you be happy if you do all those things? So anyway, I hope this helped and gave you some ideas on things that you can do for yourself to love yourself and be stress-free. And just if you're in a career path that you hate, you know what? I would invite you to dig deep and figure out what your passion is and find something that you can love. Thanks for watching. I know it got kind of long, but I love you.